Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and this is another bookish video. Hello friends, welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you are not. In today's video I will be doing my February TBR. And it is a very exciting month for February because I will participating in the Romantasy-thon, readathon that is happening at the end of, I think it's the weekend of it's a week-long readathon that starts the 15th, I think, through the 22nd. And it's a readathon that is hosted by Tori Between the Pages. I will link her channel below, and she has all the information on the readathon in her announcement video, which I'll link her channel below so you can check it out if you don't already know about it. But I'm very excited because I have actually been loving Romantasy right now. Especially after reading like Onyx Storm and Quicksilver. Those are like the two main like fantasy romances I read in January. And so I'm like in a Romantasy mood right now. So very excited for that readathon. So I have a TBR that I want to pick out for that, but that will be like separate. Like hopefully some of the books that I like are like on my mind for that readathon will get picked in this video, but we will see. But so far like I have this cart of books that I like are on my like mind on wanting to read in the month of February. Like obviously I'm not going to get through all of these, but this is what I'm going to pick out. Like these are the books I mostly will be picking out of when I do my TBR game, which will be back this month in February. If you have not seen other videos of me playing this game, you should check them out. But I do a game called Owl Choose Your TBR, and it's like a little like board game. I like start at the top, and then I go until I hit the end. And sometimes I'll only have like 5 books on my TBR. Sometimes I'll have like I think it can range from like 5 to like 10 sometimes. But I mostly have gotten 5 books. Like on average, it's like normally like 5 books on my TBR, which is like a perfect amount because then I can like mood read if I want to. But it depends on like what the dice give me. It can be more than 10 if the dice are not nice, but we will see. But each color is like for a different genre and then I pull from a jar based on like the color that I land on. And then there's like owl spots, and that is where I have to choose 2 books based on the color that it is. And if I don't finish my TBR from the previous month, then I have to add a spot on here to add like an owl, and then add another which adds another punishment to the game. So since I didn't play it last month, I did like the blindly choosing my TBR, then I'm not going to take the punishment even though I did not finish that TBR. But I wasn't playing this game, so I'm not counting it. And also, like, the first 2 weeks of January, I hit like a huge slump. So I'm being lenient to myself this month. So I'll be playing this game. But first, I have 2 new jars that I'm gonna pull from each month. This first jar is all, if you don't know already, there's the buzzword cover challenge that Kayla from Books with Lala created. I will also link her channel down below too, if you somehow have not heard of that. But these are all the books that I want to use for that challenge. And I will probably pick 2 out this month, even though I didn't read any books for the buzzword challenge in January. But that's fine because I plan on just reading some of the books anyway throughout the month. So even if I get like, if I don't finish it, like if I didn't finish a book from like, I'm not like going like month through month for the challenge. Like I know it's that like each month has a different buzzword and different like cover challenge, but sometimes I'll read 2 books or 2 or 3 books that fit that challenge. So I am only just gonna choose 2 of these, and I mix it all together. Like, so some of these fit the cover challenge and some of these fit the buzzwords. So yeah, we will just see which ones will fit. And before I draw, I also have another jar that is filled with all the series that I own. All the series I want to read that I own. Like, it is like full, like, and I like packed it in there. So there is a lot in here because I own a lot of series. So yeah, it's series that I have, it's series that I have started and also series that I have not started. So yeah, I have a good mix in here. So yeah, I am excited for this this jar as well. But yeah, I think I'll just draw, since I have it in my hand, I will draw from this one first. And yeah, I think I'm gonna just choose 1, maybe 2 from this jar. We will see. But yeah, let's just go ahead and draw right now. All right. Set that down. All right, the first series. Ooh, Daughter of the Pirate King. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, Daughter of the Pirate King. I am actually very excited for this. It's not on my cart, but that is okay because I've been wanting to read this duology for a while now, and I am not mad about this. So yeah, that is the first book, and I think I will do a second one just because I have a lot of series I need to get through. So another one here. All right, and that'll be the last one. Only 2. All right, I'll set that aside. And next is the Jasad Air. All right, I think I know which one this is. I've heard very mixed things about this book, so it makes me nervous, but I am excited to give it a try. But yeah, the Jasad Air. I can't remember the author's name. But I will pull it down in a minute here. But yeah, Jasad Air is my second series. All right. And then now I will do the buzzword. And like I said, I'm going to choose 2. All right. Here's the first one. And then if I remember, I'll tell you what buzzword it's going to, like, if it's buzzword, I probably will know, but oh, Half-Truths. That's actually perfect since I'm behind. So Half-Truths is actually on my cart here, if I can find it. Half-Truths by Claire Contreras. This is a like dark, I think a dark academia hockey romance. And I'm very romantic suspense novel, and I'm excited for this. And obviously, this follows the buzzword for truth and lies. So yeah, very excited. I wanted to read this in January, but didn't get to it. So very excited to add this to the TBR. And then next one, maybe hopefully we get a cover one, but we will see. House of Sky and Breath. Oh my gosh. I was not expecting to have that on my TBR this month, but that is okay. House of Sky and Breath, that is the sequel to, it's like the Crescent City sequel. I mean, I've been needing to read that series for a while. I can't remember what buzzword that, or buzz cover that was for. I'll have to look that up and I will let you know. But anyway, it's way up there. Like I said, I was not expecting that to be in my February TBR. So I will grab that in a second here. But yeah, I'm still excited because I've been wanting to continue that series. But it is a thick book, so that makes me nervous. But yeah, House of Sky and Breath is the next one. Again, I will look up what that was for. I can't remember. All right, and now we will play my Owl Choose Your TBR, but also I want to go through books that I want or need to read for the month of January, or for the month of February. Okay, so before we play my TBR game, I just wanted to go through a few books that are already on my TBR because it's the series that I started that I need to finish, and it's like the challenge I have for myself throughout the years to like work on these series. So the first couple books are from the Black Brother Daggerhood series. I finished the first book in January. I also had the second book on my TBR for January, but did not end up getting to it. So I have the second and third book on my February TBR. Lover Eternal and Lover Awaken. And I'm excited. I actually really enjoyed Dark Lover more than I thought I would, and I'm just surprised it like took me this long to like actually start that series. Like, it's an old series, and it's been like, I mean, it's still like a series that is continuing. So yeah, I'm excited to continue on. I have the second and third book, and I also have the third book, but now that I have House of Sky and Breath, I am not really sure I will be getting to that book, but we will see. If I like end up really loving these and want to continue, then maybe I will just continue on with the fourth book. But I'm only putting the second and third book onto my February TBR. Only committing to these two. But yeah, very excited for these two books. And then next, if I finish Outlander before the end of January, there's still a few days left of January, so we will see if I finish that. But I do have the sequel to Outlander, because yeah, once I finish Outlander, I will be continue on with that series. And this is the sequel, Dragonfly in Amber. Obviously I can't really say anything about what this sequel is about because I haven't even finished Outlander. But I mean, if you don't know, Outlander it takes place in Scotland, and it's about Claire who travels back in time, and like it's like it takes place in the 1940s in the beginning, and then she's like swept back in time. Oh my gosh, I can't think of what time period she travels back in time to, but she travels back in time, and then like she has to like adapt with her new setting, and she's also a nurse, so she knows very good about like healing and like how to heal natural healing methods and stuff. And then she also meets Jamie Fraser. Like I said, I haven't finished the book, so I can't really say too much, but I am excited to read the sequel and continue on with the series. Like, I've been liking it so far, but I've just been reading it very slowly. So if I don't finish it in January, that is fine. I will like just move that book into February, and then I will just start this in February, and then if, like I said, if I don't finish this in February, that's fine. But I will be continuing on with this series. And then another series that I will be continuing on, and I have another one that I haven't finished yet, but I'm like almost done with that book. So I will be continuing on. And it is City of Ashes and City of Glass. These are the second and third book in the Mortal Instruments series. And yeah, like I said, I am currently still reading City of Bones, but I am almost done with that one. And that one I will finish before the month is over. So I will be continuing on. Like I said, I also wanted to read book 2 in January as well. But again, I hit a reading slump, so that didn't happen. And so I'm still in the middle of the book 1. So yeah, at least I started book 1, which I am fine with. So yeah, City of Ashes and City of Glass will be going on my February TBR. All right, now we will go ahead and start playing my Owl Choose Your TBR. All right, so this is my Owl Choose Your TBR game. I have the jars here and my little start game piece that I start with. Let's go ahead and do roll number 1. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so pink is my romance jar, which is perfect for February. I have a lot of romance on my cart, so we will see what we get. All right, first prompt. Dark romance. All right. So for roll number 1, I landed on the pink square, which is romance. And the prompt I got was dark romance. And for that, I think I have a couple options that I could choose from. I have One Cursed Rose by Rebecca Zanetti. And then I also have My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington and L.J. Shen. So yeah, I have these 2 options. These are the darkest ones I have on the cart. I have like darker romances that I could pick from, but these are ones I wanted to get to for February. So these are what I have. Let me see. So this follows like it says, in my world, billionaires play deadly games of insult and influence where magic is the dirtiest weapon of all. Here, even a powerful princess can be swallowed by the darkest of shadows. So I don't know if this is like a dark Beauty and the Beast retelling or reimagining, but I'm pretty sure it is like a urban, I don't know if it's a fantasy or I'm not sure. But I thought it was like in our world, but it's it's kind of based on like Beauty and the Beast a little bit. So I have this option, and then my Dark Romeo, which is obviously a Romeo and Juliet reimagining. It says, some Romeos deserve to die. It was supposed to be a harmless kiss at a lavish debutante ball, a clandestine moment with a handsome stranger. But unlike his namesake, my Romeo isn't driven by love. He's fueled by revenge. To him, I'm a chess piece, leverage, his rival's betrothed. To me, he is a man deserving of poison, a dark prince I refuse to marry. He thinks I'll accept my fate. Well, I plan to rewrite it. And in my story, Juliet doesn't die, but Romeo, he perishes. Okay, that actually sounds really good. So I think I'll be adding My Dark Romeo to my TBR. So yeah, this is the first book for my Owl Choose Your TBR. Now let's go ahead and do roll number 2. Okay, roll number 2. I got a 10. 9, 10. So that is light yellow, and that is historical fiction. So one that I'm nervous about, but I do have a couple historical fictions on my cart. let's just see what we get. All right. On my TBR over a year. Okay, that works perfectly. Okay, so for roll number 2, I landed on a light yellow square, and that's my historical fiction jar. And the prompt I got was, has been on my TBR for over a year. And I already grabbed it from the cart, but for that, I'm going to go with The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. This takes place in Alaska in 1974, and I've heard this is a very, like, hard book to get through, but it follows the Albrights, and it's about this man that has come home from the Vietnam War, and he has, like, he's changed, and then it follows his like wife and daughter. So yeah, I've heard that it gets very dark, and like if you read it, to check like trigger warnings for that, because like, yeah, things happen. But I've heard nothing but good things about it as well. Like, people have loved this book, but I know it'll probably just like make me cry, and that makes me nervous. But it's been on my TBR for a really long time, so I am still excited to get to this. And I haven't read a Kristen Hanna book, but I own several Kristen Hanna books, so I think it's about time that I actually give her a try. And yeah, this is a good one to start with, maybe, because I've had it on my TBR for a while. So yeah, The Great Alone is on my February TBR. Okay, we are on roll number 3, and we got a 3. All right, blue. So light blue is my literary and contemporary, which I do not have on my cart here. We will see what we get, but yeah, I don't have any on my cart. Let's see. If it's contemporary, I'm gonna choose just a romance, because that's still contemporary in my mind. Highest rated. Okay, so for roll number 3, I landed on my light blue, and that is my literary or contemporary fiction jar. And I am not feeling like literary fiction right now, and I don't have any literary or traditionally contemporary fiction books on my cart that I want, like books that I want to read right now. And to avoid a slump, I'm just gonna go with contemporary fiction, meaning just not fantasy. And so I chose a romance, and like the prompt I got was highest rated, and I'm pretty sure this is like the highest rated on here, because I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about it. I mean, some people don't like it, but I've heard like it's like highest rated, and it's very hyped. So I'm just gonna go with it. It's my game, so this is just what we're gonna go with. So I have Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings, which is a contemporary romance. So I am counting it, and like I said, this is very hyped, and I'm pretty sure it is a high rated book. Like out of all the books on here, I'm pretty sure it is the highest rated. So yeah, we're just gonna go with it, and I've been wanting to read this for a long time and start this series, because I've heard so much good things about it. I mean, some people don't, like I said, some people don't like it, but I feel like I will like it, because people have said that if you like this, to read the Addicted to You / Calloway Sisters series, or like vice versa. So I feel like I will really like this book. So Magnolia Parks is going on my February TBR. Okay, we are on to roll number 4. And we got 10 again. All right, purple, which is my one of my favorites, and that is fantasy, which it says fantasy, but I probably will pick a fantasy romance. But here, let me open this. Sorry, it's gonna be off screen for a minute. All right, opened it. And let's go ahead and do a pick, draw. All right. Fantasy, what prompt? That's it. A 5-star prediction. Okay, so for roll number 4, I landed on my fantasy prompt, which is like the light purple. And the prompt I got was a 5-star prediction. And for that, I am choosing Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wang. I've heard nothing but good things about this book. So I have very high expectations for this, and that is why it's a 5-star prediction. I feel like I will love it like everybody else. And this is a fantasy book. I know I said, I probably will choose a fantasy romance, but no. This is a actual fantasy book. So yeah, it follows the first woman ever admitted to a prestigious order of mages unravels a secret conspiracy that could change the practice of magic forever in this standalone dark fantasy. This is from the same author that wrote The Sword of Kaigen. But yeah, this was on a lot of people's best books of their favorite books of 2024 lists. So yeah, I'm very excited to read this. I haven't read Sword of Kaigen yet, but if I love this, that will definitely be going up on my TBR. I don't own that book yet, but yeah, if I enjoy this, I will definitely be adding The Sword of Kaigen to the top of my TBR. But yeah, I'm excited to read this one, and also it has the cool red edges. So yeah, Blood Over Brighthaven. I'm very excited to be adding this to my February TBR. Okay, we are on to roll number 5. And I got 9. 9. Okay, dark purple, which, guess what? That's my fantasy romance jar. Which is good because I need some fantasy romance on this TBR. All right. All right. Oh, that was 2. I'm going to put that one back. We'll go with this one. What does that say? Oh, number in the title. All right. Okay, so for roll number 5, I landed on a dark purple, which is my fantasy romance square or jar. And the prompt I got was number in the title. And the only fantasy romance book that I have, I'm pretty sure, that has a number in the title is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. So I will probably be getting rid of that prompt because, yeah, this is the only one that I have that has a number in the title that is a fantasy romance. So I've been wanting to try this again for such a long time, and I've heard really good things about it. So yeah, it's Maiden Monster Martyr. It says it follows Elspeth, and then I'm pretty sure she has like nightmares, like she has like this like nightmare in her head or something, like something is in her head. I'm not sure exactly. I tried reading this like several years ago before it got like hype when it like first came out. I think I tried to read it. But then I put it down for whatever reason, and now it's gaining all this hype. So yeah, I really want to give it another try, and hopefully I will enjoy it. But yeah, I just know it follows like these, like there's like these cards that have like magic, like it gives you magic or something. And that's all I really remember, and remember from what like people say and what I've read. But yeah, I'm excited to read this one. So yeah, this will be going on my February TBR. Okay, we are on roll number 6, 6 and 8. 8. That is bright yellow, and that is my thriller, mystery, or horror books. Let's see. Been on TBR less than a year. Does that say? Yeah, been on my TBR for less than a year. All right, so for roll number 6, I landed on my bright yellow, which is thriller, mystery, or horror. And the prompt I got has been on my TBR for less than a year. And the book I'm going with is Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. This is a like newer release thriller that I'm very excited to get to, and it is also a pick for Gabby Reed's book club. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of her book club right now, but it is one of the picks for her pick for February for her book club. I will put the name of it here if I when I look it up and remember it. But it's Gabby Reed's. I will link her channel down below if you don't already know her. But yeah, it is her pick for February. So I'm excited to add this. I forgot to mention it early. So this is actually perfect that I had it as I got to choose it for my I'll Choose Your TBR because I wanted to read it for February anyway. I don't know too much about this. I just know it's about a man that calls his wife and is on the phone with her, and then everything's fine, but then she disappears. That's all I know. She ends up disappearing and he doesn't know what happened to her. And then it goes from there, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I liked one of Alice Feeney's books. Was it Rock, Paper, Scissors? Rock, Paper, Scissors. I loved that book. That is one of my all-time favorite thrillers. So I am excited to give another Alice Feeney book a try. And it sounds really interesting. So yeah, next book on my I Will Choose You TBR is Beautiful Ugly. Okay, roll number 7, and I need to get another book on my TBR, I would have to roll a 5 or less. So if it's anything over a 5, then that is it for my I Will Choose You TBR. And of course I got exactly 5. All right. So that is another historical fiction. I think I have a couple more on my cart, but we will see what prompt we get. Eight. Has been on my TBR less than a year. What is up with me getting this prompt for 2 different genres? Okay. Been on my TBR for less than a year. Okay, so for my 7th and final roll, because I landed on the exact last spot on my board, I landed on a historical fiction light yellow square. And the prompt I got has been on my TBR for less than a year. And I have none on my cart that will fit that prompt. So I had to look at my Aardvark books and Aardvark and Book of the Month books. And for Book of the Month, I have no, except for The Woman, I have no historical fiction books that have been on my TBR for less than a year. And I don't want to add another Kristen Hanna book to my February TBR. So I went with a historical fantasy. I'm pretty sure this is a historical urban fantasy. And that is The Scholar and the Last Fairy Door. It says it's in Camford in 1920, and it takes place it's in English. It takes place at a secret magical academy in England. So yeah, it is like fantastical story. But it's the closest thing I've got that has been on my TBR for less than a year, because I haven't been like buying a lot of historical fiction books. So if any historical fiction books are on my TBR, it's because it's been on my TBR for years. So yeah, this is the closest I got that will fit that prompt without adding another Kristen Hanna book to my TBR, which I didn't want to do. So yeah, The Scholar and the Last Fairy Door is going on my TBR. This was one of my aardvark picks, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I don't even see. Oh yeah, it's blended in. See, this is why I love aardvark, because like the logo blends in, but yeah, it shows like the logo here. I haven't read a book by this author, but this sounds interesting. So yeah, excited to add it to my TBR, even though it wasn't on my cart, but that's okay. Okay, so those were all the books for my Owl Choose Your TBR. I will just hold them up for you in here. So I have My Dark Romeo for a dark romance book. I have The Great Alone for a historical fiction that has been on my TBR for over a year. I have Magnolia Parks for a contemporary fiction that is highest rated. I have Blood Over Brighthaven for a fantasy book that's a 5-star prediction. I have One Dark Romeo for a romantasy that with a number in the title. I have Beautiful Ugly for a thriller that a thriller that has been on my TBR for less than a year. And then I have The Scholar and the Last Fairy Door for a historical fiction book that has been on my TBR for less than a year. So these are all my Owl Choose Your TBR books. I have 7 here. And I am gonna just hold up, because I know I said I was going to mention what this was for. So I remember for my buzzword jar, I got House of Sky and Breath, and the prompt that it covers is like for the cover buzzword challenge. And that is for like celestial stuff on the cover. So yeah, that is what House of Sky and Breath is for. So like I said, this is a chunky book and it's a sequel, and it makes me nervous to add this. So yeah, again, that's on my TBR as well, and then as well as Half Truths. And then, of course, the series that I'm in the middle of, City of Bones, Outlander, and Dark Lover series. And yeah, that is all for my February TBR. I have a very good mix here, and I'm very excited to read and give all these books a try. So yeah, very excited for these. I also have other like video planned, and again, there's a romantasy-thon. I did not get a lot of romantasy on my Owl Choose Your TBR. So those are books I will just have to add for that readathon, which I'm still excited for. Again, I will link all the channels I mentioned down below. And yeah, let me know what is on your February TBR. And thank you so much for watching this video. Again, comment down below books that you are excited to read in February. And please like and subscribe to my channel if you want to. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.